Thanks everyone for coming today. Appreciate the time from Datamine and the ability to have me do a bit of a presentation for everyone that's there today, and also others that are a part of the Datamine team. Just wanted to go over just a bit of my background and also what Coalfield Consulting does in the coal space here in Australia. So subject is helping coal laboratories improve their coal quality and control. A little bit about myself. So yeah, Damien Russel, that's me. Just the principal consultant director here at Coalfield Consulting. 20 years in the coal testing laboratory industry. Spent a lot of years at ALS, which is formerly ACTest and ACO, before ALS purchased in around 2007. Started off as a sampling technician, did a lot of work in the preparation space, and which included sizings and float sink, sampling the port, mine sites, so to speak. Took a keen interest in the sampling side of the business and did a lot of work out on the mine sites based out of the Bowen Basin here in Queensland. Progressed through the ranks into supervisor roles, overseeing audits and on-site laboratories, working through NATA accreditation on a lot of these laboratories as well. And just probably in the last 2-3 years at ALS, was the national business manager for the mine site and production laboratories. So that included laboratories across Queensland, New South Wales and WA, Western Australia. Had a number of managers reporting to me, probably about 200 staff under that. So pretty busy. So I had to take a bit of a change and work for Sedgman's, who's a large mineral processing provider here in Australia, and then start up my own sort of consulting business as an independent operator. So doing a lot of the work that I enjoyed doing in the sampling and analysis space. A lot around mechanical sampling systems, accreditation, and analysis, just helping clients out, helping producers out as an independent. Also spent a lot of time on the board and committee at the Australian Coal Prep Society, in technical roles and social committee roles over the years. So yeah, been very ingrained in the coal industry over the past 20 years. So Coalfield Consulting, so the reason behind sort of starting this business is just to offer the coal space an independent supplier to one, checking that laboratory companies are doing the right job if they're using a contract lab operation, and two, for in-house operations to just ensure that their operators are doing things safely, do the right procedures and standards. So a lot of experience in lab management as well as sampling and analysis. And I suppose in that time, those 20 years, a lot of things have happened, and the learnings sort of, I share that a lot with my clients across the industry. So yeah, probably in a little bit more detail, what Coalfield Consulting does provide to our valued partners is sort of three key areas in the laboratory sort of framework, so to speak, broken up into 3 sections. So laboratory, a lot of audits revolving around either in-house or external parties running your labs, just checking that procedures, calibrations, equipment is looked after and done to standard. Laboratory management support. So I see this a lot with my clients that are running in-house laboratories. So a lot of experiences sort of left the market, and there's a lot of growth and issues with finding people in the industry with that knowledge of how to run an effective lab, also safely, and sort of budgets as well. So using all that knowledge that we've got to support their clients, whether it's a couple of hours a week or fortnight or more than that, depending on what the operation's running. Coaching and mentoring sort of falls in that as well, whether it's laboratory technicians or supervisors overseeing the labs. Equipment advice and calibrations. So the industry is changing. There's new products, new safer crushers and preparation gear that mitigates a lot of dust issues from previous years. So implementing that, procedural reviews and training, and even looking at some of the great sort of products that are used in the industry with the limbs. So introductions to Dion and the team at Datamine and some of the products they offer just to show my clients as well, better ways in running the lab. With sampling, I've got a lot of experience in the sampling side of things with the supervision and review of how people actually sampling in wash plants, mine sites, port operations. Also includes audits, so supervising the team that's conducting these audits or just even reviewing the sampling work that's getting done to make sure it's done efficiently and you're getting the right data, because if you're not collecting the right samples, the right times, in an unbiased situation, the analysis really isn't worth it. So just making sure that the sampling is getting done correctly using the right equipment, and it's what we offer is from support all the way through to hands-on supervision and training. Sort of flows into the inspection side of things. So mechanical sample plants, again, they're set up to take a more accurate sample of your process or your wash plant or port or mine site operations. If these aren't looked after, maintained, again, they can give you a biased sample, giving you a result that's not going to match up with the end sample analysis going to your client or produce by the buyer. So making sure we do a lot of work with mechanical sampling plants, making sure the cutters are maintained, the crushers are doing what they should be doing, and all through, even through to the skirting and the covers on this equipment, just to make sure what is getting sent to the laboratory is correct and right, and you've got confidence in those results. Sort of, yeah, a lot of information up there. It sort of breaks down those three key areas before I spoke about laboratory sampling and inspections. Laboratory side of things covers off your audits, your laboratory management support, mentoring, coaching, equipment advice and calibration, procedure reviews and training. So pretty straightforward, but laboratory is the sort of engine room of obviously your laboratory operations, making sure your procedures are up to date and following the correct standards and updated ISO standards or the standards that you use in your business or country is imperative, because those results that you're giving to your client, you need to feel trusted that that's right. So providing support, and a lot of the audits pick up some of these improvements that we can offer. So working with you to cover off your laboratory in full, make sure your equipment's up to date and calibrated, your procedures are aligning with standards, as I said, and even through to training. The industry is hard to find long-term employees, so making sure your new staff are trained up correctly, and everyone's doing the same process, as you don't want any deviations out of that, or else results can be skewed and you can cause bias. So yeah, a lot of work there to really support, and a lot of work is based around a lot of these key things on the screen currently with my clients. just in making sure that they feel confident in their operations and checks and balances are getting done that they can provide to their clients as well. Sampling side of things, we touched on it before, the supervision and advice, depending on your operation, how it works, whether it's a mine site operation, getting samples from a washery or a wash plant, CHPP, depending on how you call it. So collection of samples across these different streams. Obviously, the sample scoops and implements are very important to make sure you're not biasing a certain size fraction. So getting the key fundamentals right with the sample scoops, make sure they are to standard, and you're also taking a sample that's representative of the material flowing through the washery is important. All your slurry streams, ensuring that the sampling points are correct in the way they're sampled, and they're not introducing any bias towards ultrafines or to water or to slurry. And sampling, again, just making sure the team, if they are sampling in these environments, the program and the way they're doing it is getting done correctly. If your washery is surging, or if you're having issues with it going up and down, making sure that the staff are aware of these issues and highlighting it to the operations team that that may affect the results, because if they are sampling in periods where it's running up and not up to correct density, could give a non-ideal result back that's biasing the actual what the plant's doing. Inspection side of things, yeah, again, spent a lot of time in mechanical sample plants. Number of providers in Australia of these sampling systems that we look, whether they're cross belt or sort of taken across the stream, cross stream sampling systems, single, dual stage, tertiary. Mine site operations, very important that you're getting an accurate sample to the lab, because that bases production data, which bases on also the analysis that's provided to your logistics team for sales. So from the start, from the mine sites through to the port operations as well, which usually sampling systems, ensuring that one, the sampling system is working the way it should, maintained, it's reviewed regularly, and also that it's getting operated correctly by the sampling team or the operations at the mine site or port. Also provide a lot of assistance in upgrades and also improvements to sampling systems, as well as guidance to maintenance teams. Just a bit of an overview to making sure that the sampling system is, you feel confident in what it's producing in the lab. So a lot of errors, as I said, a lot of errors can come up at the start of the sampling system. So if it's not cutting across the full stream correctly, or the main cutter or secondary cutter isn't sweeping across the belt, you're missing a lot of fines, which ultimately could get you a misrepresentative sample. Work across a lot of clients currently, and always looking to grow and build on this. And just what I covered off in the previous slides, the laboratory sampling inspections. So I work closely with a lot of these sites and partners, clients, to help improve their operations and laboratories, and also provide that independent review of their laboratory and how they can improve to the many facets of the laboratory. I'd like to thank everyone for coming today, and also, if this is going out as a part of a video, if you have any questions or would like to talk further, please reach out to myself. email address and website, and international phone numbers there as well. So feel free to reach out, and appreciate the time and from yourselves, and also Datamine for presenting today.